Hello everyone, in this video we were going to present the slide that we have prepared for this subject DCC6232 Environmental Pollution and Control for subtopic Non-Communicable Disease by Pollution, which is for our title is Cadmium. Before that, let me introduce myself and my group members that been working for this slide. My name is Mohamad Fikri bin Mohamad Osman, and my group members is Nur Suhada Affendi and Nadhirah Binti Sofiani. What is cadmium? Cadmium is a soft malleable bluish-white metal found in zinc ores, and it to a much lesser extent in the cadmium mineral greenockite. It is also obtained from a zinc byproducts, and it recovered from a spent nickel cadmium batteries. Cadmium first discovered in Germany in 1817, used as a pigment because of its ability to produce brilliant yellow, orange, and red colors. Cadmium became an important metal in the production of nickel-cadmium rechargeable batteries and as a sacrificial corrosion protection coating for iron and steel. Cadmium and its compounds are highly toxic, and exposure to this metal is known to cause cancer and targets the body's cardiovascular, renal, gastrointestinal, neurological, reproductive, and respiratory systems. Moving to the next part, which is where is exposure to cadmium occurring? Basically, cadmium is an important metal for many types of business and industrial processes. Next, cadmium is most often used in the manufacturing sector, but worker exposure can also occur in other industry sectors such as construction, wholesale trade, and transportation. Next, OSHA provides a publicly available chemical exposure health data, which include industrial hygiene sample results taken by OSHA field personnel during the site visits. This data provide a snapshot of industry sectors and business subcategories where cadmium A concentration have been found. This data can provide a snapshot of industry sectors and business subcategories where cadmium A concentration have been found, while the tables represent only a small fraction of a total number of companies in their respective industries, which result can provide insight into where workplace cadmium exposure is occurring in United States.
Uses of cadmium. Cadmium is a poisonous metal and its use is somewhat limited for this reason, like zinc. Cadmium can be electroplated to other materials to protect them from corrosion. Second is, cadmium easily absorbs neutron and is used to make control rod for nuclear reactor. Cadmium is also used in rechargeable nickel-cadmium batteries. Cadmium is alloyed with silver to form solder, a metal with a relatively low melting point used to join electrical components, pipes, and other metallic items. One of cadmium compound is used in a device called a Western cell, a type of battery that produces a pulse voltage used to calibrate medical and laboratory equipment. Last is, cadmium alloys are also used to make low friction bearings that are highly resistant to fatigue. Slide is I will share about effect by cadmium. The health effect associated with cadmium exposure depend on the way people are exposed to cadmium, how much has entered the person's body, how long the person's body has been exposed for, and how the person's body responds to the exposure. Third is, once cadmium enters the body, it is stored in the liver and kidney, and then slowly excreted in urine. Last is, small amount of cadmium may be found in the breast milk of women who were exposed to high cadmium level.
Next, I will explain about testing and treatment for cadmium.
First, urine or blood tests can measure cadmium levels in the body. Tests are also available to check the health of kidneys and liver. The accuracy of hair and nail tests in measuring the extent of cadmium exposure has not been determined. Second, there is no specific treatment for cadmium poisoning, but supportive medical care may be required. Reducing the risk of further exposure is the most important step in managing people exposed to lower levels of cadmium over a longer period of time. Moving to the ways to prevent the uses of cadmium. Number 1. Stop smoking. Cigarette smoke contains cadmium that can be absorbed through the lung. Number 2. Try to avoid inhaling other people's cigarette smoke. Number 3. Eat a healthy balanced diet with only moderate amounts of shellfish and organ meats. Number 4. If your job or hobbies involve handling cadmium, always use appropriate personal protective equipment and consider having your cadmium levels checked regularly by your doctor. Now, we are at the last part in this video, which is conclusion. Overall, we can conclude that cadmium is a heavy metal with many uses, including the manufacture of rechargeable batteries. Breathing air with high levels of cadmium over a short period of time is initially like the flu with chills, fever, and muscle pain, then later can cause lung damage, shortness of breath, chest pain, and cough, which may lead to death in several cases. Cadmium level also can be measured in blood, urine, hair, nail, and saliva samples. Patients with cadmium toxicity need gastrointestinal tract irrigation, supportive care, and chemical decontamination traditional based chelation therapy with appropriate new chelating agents and nanoparticle-based antidotes. The health effects associated with cadmium exposure depend on the way people are exposed to cadmium, how much has entered the person's bodies, how long the person has been exposed for, and how the person's body responds to the exposure. Thank you.